Perimeter of a rectangle. A rectangle has four sides. The opposite sides are of the same length. All the angles in a rectangle measure 90 degrees. Okay, let's take a look at this. Here we'll have a rectangle. Now it simply means that these opposite sides are equal, while these other opposite sides are equal. You can as well say these sides are equal and these opposite sides are equal. Now because this side they have double stroke, that means they are equal, and they have one stroke in this other side, that means they are equal. So um, same thing is happening here, one stroke and double stroke. Just be consistent in whichever way on how you place the stroke. Okay, for a rectangle, this part is known as the length and this part is the width or breadth. So this long part is the length and this part I can call it the breadth, so width or breadth. Now if here happens to be the length and this part is equal to this, it means that this other part as well is the length and this part is equal here as well is the width. So let's do the same thing here. So this is the breadth as well and here is also the length. I don't know if it's making sense to you. And according to the definition, perimeter is the distance round a two-dimensional shape. So you look at this two-dimensional shape, the distance around it is the perimeter. Now how can that help us to derive the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle? Let's see. So perimeter of a rectangle. Okay, I want to use this first rectangle, let me call it rectangle A and call this one rectangle B. Perimeter of a rectangle simply means, I'm using A for instance here, it simply means adding the whole values I have here. So I can add L, this one, I've taken this, so I want to go this way and then add everything else. So L plus W plus L again plus W finally. Now you can just simply combine this, bring the L's together, L plus L, let's organize it, L plus W plus W. Now what is L plus L? That should be giving us L plus L is 2L plus W is 2W, right? And that's it. So can from here we can just factorize and just have the 2's stay, and then we have L plus W. Now it makes sense because if you expand this, 2 multiplied by L is 2L and 2 multiplied by W is 2W, so it's the same thing. So that is just what it simply means. So if you want to do that of for the other triangle, it becomes other rectangle, sorry, it becomes L plus B plus B plus L plus B again, right? And we are going to still end up with 2L plus 2B. Then you can actually factorize. Let's do that here, 2 bracket L plus B. So it's same thing, the breadth and the width is just exactly the same thing. So this is how you derive the formula before you can go ahead to start tackling questions. You don't need to actually cram this formula, just think about it. It's just a simple way of, let's say, adding everything in every side of the rectangle, and then once you add that, you figure out the formula. We have a task: solve for the perimeter of the following rectangle. Okay, for this number one, we know that this part is equal to this, so these two parts are same, and then these two parts are same, right? So it means here is as well 5 cm and also have 2 cm here. Okay, now what can we do? Let's use the formula, or either add them together, whatever will give us. So perimeter, okay, perimeter of rectangle equal to, we have, let's add up 5 plus 2, these 2, then let's still add this 5 plus 5 and then these 2. So we are done. When you add the whole side, 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 5 plus 2 again is 7, so 7 is 14 and is in centimeter, the unit is centimeter, so I can just say 14 centimeter. Okay, for example 2, let's solve for the perimeter. You know the sides, no, the sides are equal and this side are equal, so we don't need to do that again. You already know that. So we'll have that perimeter of rectangle is equal to, I don't want to just add them, I want to use the formula now, 2 brackets L plus B. But before that, you know what is L, right? What is L? This side, this long side, right, which is 8. So L is 8, you know that, and then B is equal to 4, B or W, but I'm using B, so B or W makes sense, it's same thing. So 2 bracket L is 8 plus B is 4, and 2 bracket 8 plus 4 is 12, right? 12. So you can just check, 2 times 12 is 24, then you add the units meter. Now be careful, what we had here was units meter, not centimeter, so we just end up with meter, and that's just the correct answer. Question number 3, this is more like a word problem. Okay, what is the perimeter of a hall that measures 11 meter by length and 7 meter by width? Okay, what do we need to do? We just need to put down our formula and we'll solve this. So perimeter, perimeter of rectangle equal to, so let's do that. You put down your formula first, that's the first step. Put down your formula, 2 brackets L plus B, right? Okay, now this is width, not breadth, so I want to use W instead of B since I have width. If I have width, I use W. If I have breadth, I use B. Okay, so 2 brackets, what is length? The question says 11 meter by length, so 11 plus what is width? Width says 7, right? So we are working with what they gave to us. So 2 bracket 11 plus 7 is 18, and then 2 times 18, this is bracket, so it's multiplication. So let me just write it out. 2 times 18 is what? So 18 here, 2, let's multiply. So do this in a rough. 2 times 8 is 16, so 6 you carry 1. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, so 36. So here we'll have 36 meter. Be careful about the units, so we'll add meter here. So that means the perimeter is equal to what? 36 meter, and we are done. The perimeter of a rectangle is 36 centimeters. So they've given you perimeter. Now be very careful about this. Perimeter, they gave it to you as 36 centimeter. If the length is 8 cm, okay, the length is 8 cm, that's length. What is the breadth? Wow. Now a whole lot of information is here, and so many things are happening. Just take it bit by bit and you fix this. So we know that perimeter is equal to, that's perimeter of a rectangle, right? Perimeter is equal to 2 brackets L plus, using B because we have breadth. If we had W, we use width, so breadth. No, this is perimeter of a rectangle. Okay, and that is the first thing you do. Put down your formula. The next step is to fix these units you have here. So that is the values. Perimeter of a rectangle is 36, so perimeter is 36, so you are going to write 36 for perimeter. You fixed perimeter as 36 since they gave it to you. So 2 brackets, length is 8, so 8 for length plus, and then breadth you don't know, so they ask you what is breadth, so it means they don't know it, so you cannot fix that. From here you have 36 is equal to you cannot add 8 and B because they are not this is a value and a variable, you cannot add them, so you have to expand. So we are meant to expand this now. Expanding the right hand side, we have 2 times 8 plus 2 times B. Let's do that. 36 is equal to 2 times 8 is 16 plus 2 times B is 2B. So from here you can now see that this is a value, a number, but this one now is a variable and a coefficient, so I have to collect like terms here. Now this is just taking us back to algebra. So from here collecting like terms becomes 36 minus 16, I'm taking 16 over to this part, is equal to this 2b can stand alone right now, just stand alone. 36 minus 16, 6 minus 6 is 0, 3 minus 1 is 2, equal to 2b. Let's continue from this part. So when you have 20 equal to 2b, what's the right step is to divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable, and the variable here is b, the coefficient is 2, so divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable. So let's cancel out, and then the 2's cancel out, so b is standing alone. 2 here is 1, 2 here is 1, you take the 0 up, so that's 10. Okay, so 10 equal to b, therefore b is equal to what? 10. Now b is what? Breadth. Breadth is equal to 10 centimeter, because the unit was given in centimeter, not meter. Okay, we'll have another question. This is the final one. A rectangular board has a perimeter of 40 cm. The width of the board measures 5 centimeter. Calculate the length of the board. So the first step is to put down the formula, right? So we'll have that perimeter, that is the first step. Perimeter is equal to what? 2 brackets L plus since we have width, let's use W. Now putting down the formula for what problem is, it makes it very much easy, so you don't need to start adding anything because you can't really see every value. So perimeter was given as 40, you can see that is equal to 2 brackets, they say the width of the board measures 5 cm, so we don't know length because they asked us to calculate the length, so just leave length as a variable there, and then what do you have here? 5 for the width. So we need to expand right hand side, that is this side, expand it. So have that 40 is equal to 2 times L plus 2 times 5. So 40 is equal to 2 times L is 2L plus 2 times 5 is 10. We collect like terms. We are collecting like terms because 2L and 10 cannot add, so we need to take 10 over to this end. So 40 minus 10 is equal to 2L. 40 minus 10 is what? Is 30, equal to 2L. Okay, let's just go down a little bit and continue solving. Okay, we don't have much there, so let's just continue here. But while writing, you can just write it straight if you want to, go take note of this and all that. Okay, so from here, since we have 30 is equal to 2L, what do? It happens to be that 2 is the equation to a variable here, so divide both sides by 2. The 2's will cancel out, and L is standing alone, which is length. 2 here is 1, 2 into 30 is 15, right? So 15, if 2 persons should divide 30 naira, $30 is just 15. So therefore L is equal to what? 15 centimeter. Pay attention, so we are given the values in centimeters, so our unit will also be in centimeter, and we are done. If you had any challenge during the course of this lesson, pause the video, go through the lesson again, and make sure you understand this. It's quite simple, you don't need to struggle with it, and that is it. Okay, we have a task here, and I want you to do this task on your own. If you miss any part of the lesson, go through the video again before you attempt this task. So once you come here, just pause this video so that I can take the questions down. I want to scroll down so that I can see the rest of the questions. So okay, about 6 questions, so that's it. Pause the video and take note of any parts and then solve them. Okay, remember this video is brought to you by Passion Academy Quad, and here is our official email address and the official WhatsApp contact. Thank you so much for being a part of this lesson. Do have a blessed day.